Hey you guys, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm about to put my camera around. Okay. Okay, my room is a hot mess, so maybe I should go somewhere else. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I think I'm going to go to the city and just, look for some African American people, black people, and just ask them, seeing how it's Black History Month, what do you love about being black, the black culture? And there's different cultures within a culture. So, there's black people everywhere. So I might come across Hispanic or Afro-Hispanic or Afro-Latino. I might come across a black person, German, a black German, black Asian, who knows? It's not too diverse where I stay. I live in the Midwest, but the city's pretty diverse. But for me personally, one thing I like about being black, first off, before I continue, I used to think the praise of like, oh, I'm a queen, I'm a king, like my king, my queen. I don't do too well with praise. I feel like love yourself and praise yourself, you know what I mean? But I don't want to have a superiority mindset, because I do feel like sometimes having a superiority mindset can then cloud the greatness in other people, whether that the people look like you or like they're different. And also having an inferior mindset too can be detrimental. I just find both, like too much of both can be detrimental. So I kind of found it a little weird, like, oh yeah, my king and my queen. But then I realized for years our ancestors were told that we were less, dark skin is bad. For years, this belief has been passed on from generation to generation, and that is so toxic and so detrimental. So now I understand more so why it's good to uplift our skin and to uplift us as a people. You know what I mean? For years we thought white was right, and just being a good human is right, and there's nothing wrong with uplifting black women and men. It gets us in a different mindset. Just like you have to do positive affirmations for whatever race, whatever gender, whatever kind of person you are, you have to do positive affirmation within a black community is not bad. It's not belittling anybody else or saying anybody is small. At least that's not what I try to do as a black person who's uplifting my race or uplifting me as a black person, myself as a black person. I'm not trying to make anybody feel small. But anyway, hopefully that made sense. But I like a lot of things about being black. So if you guys don't know, I don't think I ever talked about it, but my dad, he's from Honduras, and so it's just crazy to see the different cultures within the black culture, like the American black culture. But when you go to different homes within the American African American culture, they do things differently. It just depends on the upbringing. Some are a little bit more proper, other homes are a little bit more dysfunctional, and that just goes with any household. But then there's like similarities in the household, of course. But when I started getting more in tune with my Afro Latino side of the family, it was a little different, but the same at the same time. I could see a little African, because originated from Africa, slave trades going to different parts of the world. So you could see like a little bit of African background in there, a lot of African background. this is crazy. That's what I like about being black. Also, I just like, and vanity wise, superficial wise, I just like my skin. It's just so cool to get a scar and like to know once I get a tan, this is going to go away. You know what I mean? Black people can get tans, okay? So once I get a tan, this could all go away. I burnt my leg last summer, so that shit was ugly. And this summer, due to my melanin, you're not gonna even notice the scar. So that's what I like about being black. There's a lot. So yeah, comment down below about what you love about being black, or the culture. And you know, yes, happy Black History Month, and I shall see you guys later. Bye. So what do you love about being black?
Because we're unique, because no one is made like us, and no matter what people say about whether we all look alike or not, every one of us has a unique feature, every one of us has a unique attitude. Everyone is distinguishable as a black woman.
And what do you think you can do to contribute to the black society?
Representing us in the best way possible. Media doesn't really portray us the way that we're supposed to be. You don't ever see the good that happens in the neighborhood. You never see businesses like this. You never see us representing us in our mass media. So it's up to us in our personal media, just like what you're doing, to expose the good.
I like being black because you carry like this huge history that's like really very fascinating, and so you carry the story of so many people behind you, and you can use that to teach other people about your culture or the thing that makes you specific or different from others, and you can make other people more open-minded about your culture as well.
And what do you love about being black?
I like being black because I like being different and bringing my different culture and all my differences to the table, bringing diversity to the world.
And you? And can you speak up because you're a little far?
Same thing what they said. I guess I'm happy I'm black because, you know, it was like I was meant to be black, you know?
So, what do you love about being black?
Everything. I like the heritage. Remember that the first kings and queens to well ever knew were black.
Yes.
Yeah, all things started from the continent of Africa, and that's where we come from.
All right.
But we've made a lot. We've probably contributed to this country more things through inventions than any other race.
Yeah.
What do you love about being black?
Being black.
Yeah.
I just like being black. I mean, I feel like our culture, you know, and how it persuades people. I like that. I like how we're innovators, you know, we're trendsetters. I like that. I also like the power we have, cover our skin, being beautiful, wake up every day.
Being beautiful.
Being black. You know, it's not, that's about it.
And what do you think you can contribute to the black community?
Leadership. You know, I don't feel like, right now in this generation, I feel like that's really lacking, is leadership and people who want to. There's a lot of followers, you know, what's the hottest thing right now, what do people want to do, instead of just being yourself. So just being able, I can bring to just being a leader and just letting people know that it's okay to be yourself. You don't have to follow what Lil Pump or Lil Boat are doing. You can do what you want to do. Be you. Just be unapologetically yourself.
All right, what do you love about being black?
Well, to me, being black is not just a color, and it's more like an aesthetic of a culture. Mm-hmm. You know, our history is so deep and it spreads so much throughout the world that a lot of people don't realize it. Kind of sort of like Afro-Latinas. Mm-hmm. Nobody would have thought like, oh yeah, Latinas can be black too. Mm-hmm. Latinas can have afros too. Asians can have afros too. Mm-hmm. It's our blood and our history and our stories are spread so much through the world. That's what I love about being black. You know, it's our power, our voices. It's each individual, especially as black women.
What can you do to support the black community?
shop black, buy black.